So get comfortable. You can sit up straight and start to close your eyes. And simply notice sensations in your body. Notice your seat. And any sensation that arises. If there's any tingling, notice that. If there's any itching, notice that. You might want to notice pressure or temperature. And simply focus on the raw sensations you're receiving. And as you pay attention to sensations in your body, let go of the shape of the body part you're paying attention to. And simply feel it as a cloud of sensation. And try to feel it as clearly as possible. And relax your mind as you sink into the state of awareness. Notice any sensations around your head. Notice your scalp. Simply observe if there's any itching there. And try to let it be. Focus on the sensations of having a face. Do you feel like you're located behind your face? If you do, simply notice that also. Everything is simply appearing in consciousness. Notice any sensations in your neck, in your back, your shoulders. And if you feel any tension anywhere, try to loosen it. Feel sensations in your arms, in your hands, in your abdomen, in your hips, in your legs. Feel what it's like to be sitting right now. Also, feel your feet. And simply notice the next sensation in your body, whatever it may be. And start to notice your breath. You might want to take a couple of deeper breaths. and notice your breath from the moment it arises. Simply cover it with your awareness. Also notice the small gaps between breaths. Maybe try to make them longer. And pause for a second before your next inhalation. Feel your stomach expand and contract as you breathe in and out. And if you're having trouble focusing, you might make a mental note with each breath. This can be done by counting the breath. You might count in as you inhale, out as you exhale, and simply let the voice of your mind cover the breath with this mental note. And try not to feel as though you're observing the breath from a distance. Feel that the breath is part of you. The sensations of breathing right now are part of what it's like to be conscious. So try not to feel as though you're located above your breath or behind it and looking down onto it to pay attention to it. Notice the air rushing into your body at the tip of your nose as you inhale and going back out as you exhale. And I will ask you a question now that you should try to answer with awareness instead of by thinking. What's here now when there's no problem to solve? Simply relax and try to feel the answer to that question. If you're distracted by thought, simply notice where the thought comes from. Where does it go? What brings it into consciousness? And now I'd like you to think back to a memory of time where you did not feel so good. This may be a time where you did something you regret, or a time at which you felt shame, or any negative emotion really. And feel what it's like to have this negative emotion. Allow yourself to feel it. Don't search too hard or strenuously for this memory. Simply bring an action to mind that you possibly regret or that does not make you feel good. And notice if there's been any shift in consciousness. Does it feel different now to be aware? And if it does, then how? Does the feeling of being aware depend on what you're aware of? Simply notice this negative emotion as energy in your body. And try to see if your awareness of it can remain as neutral as your awareness of anything else right now. Simply observe what it's like to be feeling this emotion. And realize that it itself does not alter the state of being conscious. And if you're having any troublesome or worrisome thoughts, let go of them. You might picture these thoughts as colorful balloons that you're holding in your hand via a string. You might want to picture these balloons being labeled with the negative thoughts that you're having, or anything that you want to let go of. And then as you breathe in and out, and feel this relaxation, notice that you can let go of these balloons. You can loosen the grip of your hand and simply let them float away. And return to what it's like to be in the present moment. And ask yourself, is this enough? Is it enough to simply be aware? Do you need pride or an ego beyond this in this very moment? Simply enjoy and rest in the peace that you're feeling right now. And resolve to just be. And as you do this, you may want to notice any sounds that appear. Notice them entering and exiting consciousness. And notice these sounds impinging upon your eardrum. Try to let go of the distance between you and the sound and the origin of the sound, and simply receive the sound for what it is. So simply let go of what you think the sound is and where it comes from. And maybe act as though you'd never heard this sound before, and you're simply noticing what it sounds like. You can do this with the sounds in your environment, or even the sound of my voice. You're not bringing these sounds about, they are simply appearing. In fact, you cannot help but notice them. They are there whether you want them or not. And if you're distracted by thought, simply be mindful of that. Notice it, and return to listening. And as you pay attention, try to focus on what it's like to pay attention. Are you paying attention from anywhere? Or is there simply the act of paying attention? What is it like to notice appearances in consciousness? In fact, what is consciousness like? Does it take any shape or form, or size or color? Or is it simply this open space in which everything appears? And now we will do an exercise focused around letting go. Simply try to sit up as straight as you can right now and resolve to not move a muscle for the next few minutes. See if you can simply let everything be and notice any sensations, even painful ones, without trying to change them. If you're feeling the urge to scratch an itch, for instance, simply try to notice the itch itself and see if you can stay still and realize that you're able to bear not scratching an itch. If you're feeling any physical tension, simply let go of any mental tension that you feel in relation to the physical sensation. Now I want you to think of one thing you can do today that will make your day better. Simply something small that might make a small difference in your day. And resolve to do that one thing. You can enjoy a last few minutes of peace. And let go of any tension in your body again. And let yourself fully relax. You can stretch out any part of your body if you feel like it. And slowly, when you feel like it, come back and perhaps open your eyes.